السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على حبيبنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Yusuf, إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when Yusuf alayhi salam told his father, "Oh my father, I have seen 11 huge stars or planets, the sun and the moon, all prostrating to me." This is what Yusuf alayhi salam told Yaqub, his father alayhi salam, about his dream. This is the dream that Yusuf had. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes the action that Yusuf dreamt about, that the action of the planets and the sun and the moon were doing, and said sajideen. They were prostrating to Yusuf alayhi salam. And sajideen is only usually used for something intelligent. Like, for example, if we went to the masjid, we would say, oh, we saw the Muslims sajideen. We saw the Muslims prostrating. This is used for an intelligent being, like a human being. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses this word instead of sajida, for example, which would be for something non-intelligent. He uses the word sajideen here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is letting us know that Yusuf alayhi salam knew the interpretation of his dream. He knew that ultimately his mother, his father, and his brothers, for some reason in Allah's plan, they would end up making sujood to him and prostrating to him at a later time in his life. Yusuf alayhi salam knew the interpretation, and he told this to Yaqub alayhi salam. And by using that word sajideen for describing what the planets, the sun, and the moon would do to Yusuf, Yaqub alayhi salam also knew that Yusuf alayhi salam knew the interpretation of his dream. So Yaqub alayhi salam knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had something big planned for Yusuf alayhi salam. And this is why Yaqub alayhi salam told Yusuf alayhi salam, don't tell your brothers about this dream you had. They will know as well that something big and something important awaits you in the future, and they'll become jealous, and shaitan will whisper to them and interfere and make them jealous and even more extremely jealous of you, because they already knew that Yusuf alayhi salam was the most beloved one to Yaqub alayhi salam. And this would really put them over the top, subhanAllah. So Yaqub advised him, don't tell your brothers about this dream. Don't tell them. This is why Yaqub alayhi salam was so reluctant and didn't want to send Yusuf alayhi salam with his brothers on that journey. When they asked him, let us take Yusuf, let us take him on our journey, we'll keep him safe, nothing will go wrong, he'll be fine, and we'll bring him back, he'll be safe, Dad, please don't worry. But Yaqub alayhi salam was really hesitant, and he didn't want to let Yusuf alayhi salam go, but he let him go, subhanAllah. So this is amazing. So Yaqub alayhi salam, when Yusuf told him about this dream he had, he knew that Yusuf alayhi salam knew the interpretation by just using this word sajideen. That was the interpretation, that some human beings would be prostrating to him, and it was eventually to be his father, his mother, and his brothers. Allahu Akbar. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.